Hi everybody! So I'm going to talk you through a warrior sequence using the trapeze today. This is just really nice for the legs, it just gets everything moving, and you can really incorporate some element of flow yoga in with your trapeze. So let's begin. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my little mouthpiece here. Okay, so bring your right leg and hook it over the trapeze. You want to square off your hips here, so just send your right hip back and your left hip slightly forward, and you'll feel that adjustment straight away in your hips. Good. You want to hold on to the main part of the trapeze, flex out your toes, take a nice big inhale, and exhale into a lunge. Keep your body nice and upright, so you're going to be pulling your navel into your spine here, into the back of your spine. Okay? Just breathe here. You might want to come down a little more into that lunge. You'll feel it all the way down the front of your thigh on your left side. Nice big stretch, nice big opening. Good. And then release the hands slowly. And then bring your palms together. You can even create a little points with your fingers. Just creates a really nice drawing of energy. And then extend your arms up. Look up to your fingers, little bit of concentration and focus and a little bit of strength building here as you look up, possibly even a back bend, and then come back to your center. Hold on to the sling. Squeeze your inner thighs together as you come up. And just pause here, take a moment. Adjust the fabric so it's underneath the ankle. Again, holding on to the top of the main sling. Take a nice big inhale here. And as you exhale, standing splits. This is a great pose for finding out where your limit is. So go to that place. Don't go any further than that, but just feel where those tight areas are. Use the breath, particularly the exhale, to stretch open a little more. Good. And then to come back up, squeeze those inner thighs together. Let's keep the fabric where it is and just gently fold back now. Actually, I'm going to adjust my feet slightly. And then this is a really great stretch for the backs of the legs, the hamstrings here on the right side. So a nice big stretch on the right side. Again, we're sending the right hip back, the left hip forward, keeping those hips nice and square, nicely aligned, and finding that stretch, breathing into a little more release. And then slowly come up. Good. All right, so from here, we're going to open up the left hip. So the back edge of the foot lines up with the back edge of the mat. We're going to look to the front of the mat and open up, extending our arms into Warrior Two. So we look to our right side and extend the arms out. Try and keep the body nice and straight. Again, pulling in those lower ribs, holding in the belly. So we have nice tight core, engaged muscles. And then finally, relax those shoulders away from the ears. And just breathe here in your Warrior Two pose. Next, lean forward, inhale, and as you exhale, switch those palms facing up and sweep them across the ceiling. The left hand traveling down the back of the left leg, and then come back into an extended or a side angle pose. So lightly resting your elbow at the top of your knee and sweeping the left arm over. Look up to your fingers. Good, and then come back into a reverse warrior. So go with this little flow with your own breath, gently and fluidly moving from pose to pose, to a side angle and to reverse. Let's do these a few more times. And then finally come back into your Warrior Two. 2 breaths here. You'll feel those legs working now. Good, and to come back up to center, you're going to squeeze in that right leg. Ooh, good. Okay, pigeon pose now. So the right foot comes quite far up the left side of the main sling. You want to bunch up the main sling at this point. And then your left knee is supported underneath the bunched side of the main sling on the right side. Okay, so you're holding on to the main sling. Take a nice big inhale here. Again, squaring your hips, and exhale into pigeon pose. And you can actually come up onto your toes on the left side for a little extra stretch to find your flying pigeon. Again, use the breath here to sink a little deeper into this opening. Inhale here, and as you exhale, draw that leg back in. Good. And now release that leg, give it a little shake. Probably feels quite nice. And we're going to repeat the sequence on the other side. So, left knee over the fabric, square off the hips, just tuck that in, square off the hips, flex the toes, inhale, and as you exhale into your crescent lunge, you can hang on to the trapeze here, keep those hips square, and then just breathe here into this beautiful big stretch. Begin to release the fabric now, and bring the palms together. Little point if you wish with the fingers can be quite a nice energetic focus for you. And then really draw those arms up, reach, extend, and then finally look up for a little challenge in that focus. Really strong pose here. Inhale and sweep those arms, sweep those fingers across the ceiling. Come back to your center. Tiny back bend optional. Come back to your crescent lunge, hold on to the fabric, squeeze those inner thighs together to come back up to standing. Adjusting the fabric now so it's underneath the ankle. Again, square the hips. Inhale, and standing splits on the left side. Nice big stretch here. And each time I'm stretching a little more, I'm using the exhale, which helps to switch off the nervous system. And this is what helps us stretch and gain flexibility by really focusing the breath. Good, and now squeeze those inner thighs to come back to your center. All right, maybe shuffle back on that right foot a little. And an extra stretch on the left side for the hamstrings. Really nice, deep stretch here. Again, play with your own limits with where this allows you to be today. Perhaps using the breath. You can find movement. You don't have to stay completely static. Keep sending that left hip back. Good, and then finally release. Now we're going to come into warrior two on this side. So the back edge of the right foot lines up with the back edge of the mat. Adjust the fabric so it's underneath your knee. Extend your arms out, flex those toes on the left side, inhale. And as you exhale, warrior two. Nice, strong warrior two. Good. So again, this little flow sequence. Reach forward, flip the palms, reverse your warrior. And then flow into your side angle pose. Come back into reverse. And just do this for a few more times with your own breath. Finding your flow today. And then finally come back to warrior two. Just spend a couple of moments here finding your alignment. And then to come in, squeeze those legs together, engage those legs. And then pigeon pose on the left side. So again, the left foot is going to travel quite high up on the right, bunched up side of the trapeze. And then just adjust your footing, and your left knee is supported by the trapeze on the left. So inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, open up into your flying pigeon pose. Very, very deep hip opener. This is amazing for all the hip flexors and all of those muscles that connect the leg to the torso. So again, use your breath. And then squeeze those inner thighs together to come back up to standing. From here, we're going to go into butterfly pose. All right, so you can keep your left foot where it is. I'm actually going to adjust my little box here to the front so it doesn't come off. So keep that left foot where it is. And then you're going to reach for the high handles. So we need a little bit of stability here. Otherwise, we tend to swing and sway all over the place. So the left foot where it is. Bring the right foot to meet the left so that the soles of the feet are touching. All right, from here, we're going to bring one elbow and then the other elbow into to the front of the trapeze. Okay, so we're completely stable here. All right. So just spend a few moments, first of all, just getting very familiar with where you are right now. This is a big hip opener. So maybe hands on your knees, maybe hands at your heart. Just get a moment to feel grounded and centered. Good. Now, I'd like you to reach for the handles, the fabric on the long handles. Trust me with this, you're not going to fall, I promise. You're going to extend the fabric away from you. And then slowly, slowly, I'm just going to pop my hip joints out a little bit. We're going to slowly, slowly walk our hands down the fabric until finally we can even release the fabric, clasp either elbow, and enjoy this beautiful inverted butterfly pose or Baddha Konasana. And then from here, to come back out, reach for the fabric on the handles. Look to the front of your mat, engage your belly, and then walk your hands up the fabric until you reach the top. Give yourselves a little moment of gratitude for making it up here. Good. And then to come out of the pose, reach for the high handles again. And this is where we want a lot of grip strength, okay? So these handles are amazing for developing grip strength. So firmly grip onto those high handles. Your elbows are in front of you. Take a nice big inhale here and push your feet away from you. Draw the knees in towards one another. Lift the hips high, and finally let the head hang back, reverse plank. And just enjoy this amazing counter pose. It's a heart opener. It's a chest opener. It's even a little back bend, but it's a huge releasing pose too. And then bend your knees and safely and slowly come out of the pose. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.